Hi, sixth graders. So I know I told you on our survey that I was going to post all the questions and the answers, and I decided just to do a video of them. Okay. So I'm just going to read through them one at a time and then I'll answer them the best that I can. I know not all of you had questions, but maybe if you didn't, maybe you will hear one that you forgot you wanted to know the answer to. Okay, so it's gonna take me a minute. I'm gonna go through all three blocks, okay? How long is school gonna be canceled? Nobody knows. Nobody knows that. I would love to be able to say to you, yes, I know exactly when school is going to return, but the truth is, I don't know and nobody knows. We just don't know. And that stinks because having answers is something that we love, right? We love to know. We love to know, but we don't know. I don't know. Dr. Ramey doesn't know. Our governor doesn't know. And so we don't know. Okay? We don't know. Is our play going to be canceled or postponed? Well, it's already been postponed. I don't know. Another thing I don't know the answer to is what that's going to look like. And I think if I had to guess, it would have that, or what actually does end up happening will have something to do with a lot of different things like the state of the world and being allowed to congregate in groups. That's going to have an impact on that decision. So we don't know. I'm sorry. I know that is heartbreaking because gosh, all the hard work, all the effort, all the energy and you didn't get to do it. What? I'm sorry. Will we still do the Ohio State tests? Heck no, that's been canceled. I'm not doing it. Are we still going to do sixth grade recognition and all the other activities and things that we've planned out for the year? I don't know. Don't know what that's going to look like. My bosses, the people that are in charge of me and tell me what to do, they don't know the answer to that either. So we're just not sure yet. We're just not sure. How much longer do you think that we're going to have to learn like this? I don't know. For the time being, this is what we're doing. And I really appreciate your willingness to give it a go and do the best that you can and build new routines and work your hardest because we're asking a lot of you right now. And so we do appreciate that. If I had my way, if somebody said Kim or Mrs. Walther in this setting, how much longer do you want to teach like this? I would say no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to anymore. I want to go back to class. But guess what? Health, safety, more important than what Mrs. Walther wants, okay? So I don't know the answer. I don't know how long we're going to do this. We're going to do this until we're done doing it. Is this an easier process for me? No, it is not. Harder. How are you all doing over the past few days? I'm doing okay. Sometimes I am really happy and sometimes I'm really sad. Sometimes I'm frustrated and sometimes I feel lazy and sometimes I don't want to do anything and sometimes I want to do everything. I've felt all the feelings, all the things. Are TED Talks hard? Well, that is a really big question. TED Talks, okay. TED Talks will call on you to do a lot of challenging things, but we are going to do them piece by piece and not all at once. So sometimes that makes things easier. I think parts of it are going to be challenging for some of you and not challenging for others of you. And then I think there will definitely be other parts that will be challenging for people and again, not be challenging for others. There's so many different aspects to it. But my hope is that since there's a lot of choice involved, that you will Have fun while you're working hard and while you're learning how to do new things. Because really learning only comes when there's some discomfort. Did you know that? It's a true story. Are we going to have any Google Meets in the future? Yes, we are. I haven't totally decided on which tool I'm going to use. If I'm going to use Google Meet or if I'm going to use Zoom. I'm leaning towards Zoom, but we'll see. I've been playing around with them a lot. I do know that I don't want a ton of people on at one time because that seems to be ineffective. So I think we're going to start by meeting in small groups and then we'll take it from there. These rest of the people don't have any questions here. We'll go into the next class, okay? I wonder if some of the questions are the same. Okay, so ready? This one says, so when I start my work, sometimes pictures don't upload, or I know you guys are busy, but my emails don't get answered very quickly. And so really my question is, if we have a question, do we always have to email you? Okay. I think I hear a lot of things in there. And from some of the feedback that I've gotten from students, I think there's a couple things here. Number one, this is not like in the classroom, and I know that that can be frustrating, and I know you're not going to get your answers super quick. You're just not going to. So I need you to wrap yourself up in that blanket of discomfort and just be like, oh, okay, that's kind of how things are going to go. Now, we are doing our very best. We're on the computer all day long, and I'm going to tell you what, I don't love that. I don't really like being on screen that much, but we are answering you as quickly as we can. So what I'm going to do is ask you for some patience, okay? Because remember, you are one of, I can't remember how many there are of you again. I think there's 73 of you. So you're just one of those people, right? And I want you to remember that other people have questions too. So you're not just getting a closed caption audience for your question. Now, one thing that I did read several times, which I thought was awesome, and I'm not even sure if you guys are hearing it, but lots of people said to me, Mrs. Walther, I asked a question, but it took too long for anybody to get back to me, but I figured it out on my own. Ooh, yes. See, that's what we know is true about you guys. We know that there are things that you can figure out on your own. Not all things, okay? I'm not saying all things. I know that there are a lot of things that you can figure out on your own if you give it a minute. Just give it a minute. You might not get the answer right away, but you will get there. And that is, I hope, empowering to you and encouraging to you because we know you can do it. Hang in there. We will answer you as quickly as we possibly can do. Okay, this one says, when will we be going back to school? We don't know. And what's the situation with yearbook? The situation is there is a yearbook and that there will be a yearbook. And now that yearbook is going to have some pictures of kids working at home in it, which I feel is fitting. It got delayed, so our deadline got delayed because of all of this. I'm actually going to spend next week during our spring break working on it and hopefully get it turned in so it can go to publishing. Do you think that the quarantine will go past break? Most definitely. Yes. What is a good time to start our homework? Okay, so if we're talking about timing, I'm going to guess that you guys are probably maybe a little bit like me. And maybe you have tried some things that haven't worked. And in the course of trying things that haven't worked, have found things that do work. Is that true for you? I have decided that for me, a pretty decently followed schedule is important. I know for me, that my best, most careful, most precise, most creative thinking takes place in the morning. So for me to wait until the afternoon to create material or curriculum or to be a problem solver in the later part of the day is not, it's harder for me then. The answers don't come as quickly. I'm not as efficient. So I have decided that I'm going to do my work, the bulk of my work that requires that kind of brain power in the morning of each day. That means I have to be disciplined in getting up. So I get up, I take a shower, I put on my clothes and my shoes. My shoes are the thing, man. I don't know why, but it reminds me that I'm working and I'm not sitting around the house. So I put on my shoes. I have a spot that I work in. You can kind of see it behind me. It looks kind of crazy. I do all my work in here. And then when I take a break, I leave the space so that I know it's a break. Okay. And I make sure that I exercise all day long. I move a lot because I am not comfortable sitting all day or staring at a screen. So I guess the long and short of that is maybe the morning isn't great for you. Maybe it is, but maybe the afternoon is better for you. So you kind of have to, just like when we're at school and we're deciding where we work best, you need to decide when you work best and where you work best. So you have to have a lot of self-awareness, I think. So I don't think there's a best time for everyone. I mean, I think there's a best time for everyone. I just don't think it's the same. So when is the best time? I think you need to have that conversation with yourself. And if you're not certain about it, then I would have that conversation with your parents and say, hey, I'm struggling to kind of decide. What do you think? What do you think is the best time for me? When do you see me doing my best work? Let's see. Am I going to host any live meetings? Yes, I am. When are we going to finish the TED Talk? Are we going to have any big projects coming up soon? Well, your TED Talk is a big project. It's a really big project. So that's the one we're going to focus on. And when are we going to finish it? I don't know. Certainly before the end of school. But I'm not really sure how long it's going to take because I'm breaking it down into some smaller pieces than I typically do it. Because of how we're doing this now. So I'm really not sure how long it's going to take, but fear not, I always have my eye on the calendar. If we are still not at school at the end of the year, will we go back in the summer to get our stuff out of our lockers? I can guarantee you that there will be a plan in place for getting the things from your lockers. I do not know what that plan is right now, but there will be a plan. We're not going to hold your things hostage or keep them forever or just give them out. We won't do that. We won't do that to you. How are we going to share our TED Talks? Well, if we are still living this dream, we're going to share them through video. And what's going to happen to all of our 6th grade events? Again, we don't know right now, and that's frustrating. And I'm sorry. But it is the way that it is. Okay, let me see. Did I skip over that? Okay. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Thank you for your patience. Will we use other websites other than Google Classroom? For this class, Google Classroom is our home base. And I think that's important so that we all know where to meet, where to go, and where everything is housed. So we're not going to use a different learning management system if that's what you're asking. But you will be using sites outside of Google Classroom to do work. Yes. Okay. I just have one more sheet. I think I have the same one pulled up. Hold on, friends. Hold on. I thought I had this all set up, but I didn't. Okay, is it this one? No. So how y'all doing? Spring break, baby. Are we excited about that? I don't know how I feel about it. I'm happy to have a break, but, oh, here it is. Okay. But it feels like it's going to be like this. Okay. How are the TED Talks going to work? Well, we're going to build them. We're going to practice them. You're going to meet with your small groups, your writing partner, and then we're going to present them at this point via video. Will we have homework over spring break? No. But you should keep reading. You should be reading a lot. Will we be doing this more often in the future? I don't know what this is in that question. Maybe that person can reach out to me and tell me what they meant. It says, will we be doing this more often in the future? I'm not sure what this is. When are we gonna have more vocab? Do you guys want more vocabulary? We will. I was not going to give it to you every week, but you will see it in the future. Can we do some online group projects? We're going to be focusing on our TED Talk project, which is, mostly independent, but you will be working in groups for feedback. I feel like I'm getting less work than other people. How come? That I'm not sure about less people. I don't know if you mean like in a different grade or if you mean at a different school. I'm not sure who the people are that we're comparing ourselves to in that question. But I can say that everybody's getting the same-ish work for sure. Again, this one says, will we be doing Google Meets in the future? Yes. Also, are we going to get to do trivia night experiences? Well, the one I'm in charge of is definitely happening. I don't know when, because we don't know the when answers, but yes. If you're hiking with me, we are going, but I don't know when. Okay, that seems to be most of them, friends. I hope that was helpful. You can always shoot me a question anytime, and I will get back to you. Also, if you need something explained to you, if you're like, I need to ask her this question, but it's not making sense to me, just say, hey, Mrs. Walther, can we talk? Because we can do Google Meet and Google Chat that way. Okay. And I've tried to initiate that with a couple of you, but nobody took me up on it. So if you find that your question just needs a conversation, you can send me an email saying, Mrs. Walther, can I just talk to you about this? Yes, you can. But you need to let me know that, and then I can make that happen. Okay? That was a really long video. It's almost 20 minutes. It's a long time. We made it to spring break, you guys. I hope that your break is super relaxing. Take a breath. Everything's going to be okay. There's a lot of things we don't know, and that stinks and it feels uncomfortable, but there's a lot of things we do know, right? So focus on that. Love your family. Connect with people as much as you can while staying far apart. And I will talk to you soon. I miss you tons. Okay, bye.